Nvidia is being added to the blue chip index, and as a result, Intel is out after a 25-year run. S&P Dow Jones Indices says it wanted to ensure a representative exposure to semis. Sherwin-Williams will join the Dow as well, replacing Dow Inc., and those changes effective prior to the open of trading on Friday. Jim today mentions the lack of money index to the Dow.
I mean, this is the type of thing, before David gets into his atavistic rap about Dow Jones. This came out, I was doing my show. I have a show. And every time I say my show, my wife says it's the network show. It's not your show.
It is. They own it.
Right. But suddenly NVIDIA's up 3 on this. Of course, David, there's no money really indexed to it.
There's no money indexed to it.
This reverses.
Atavistic,
right? This
anachronistic, however you want to talk about it, something out of its proper place and time. It is a price-weighted index. It is statistically insignificant. They had to keep it price-weighted because they started it that way, and why we even spend time talking about it is beyond.
Okay, I'll tell you why. We do, because even though I say NVIDIA, only don't trade it, NVIDIA will go back to where it was Friday before this announcement came, and Intel is the one you want to buy. Pat Gelsinger and I, tight.
What did you just say? What came out of your mouth just now?
Told you, Pat Gelsinger and I are tight. That stock's done going down. It's ridiculous.
The sun also rises. I'm just reading it now. Tight means drunk. Just letting you know.
Pat's not even
Hemingway.
Pat doesn't drink.
I know. I'm just saying, things change. But back then,
talk about being inconsistent. Isn't he a Wall of Shame alum?
You were drunk.
No, Intel bottomed. That was a very good quarter. Pat Gelsinger showed tremendous humility. And I think that matters because before we got bravado, and he basically said, listen, we're a little behind. We're going to catch up. They don't have any really effective GPU.
In the ever-evolving landscape of technology, one company is making headlines that could change the stock market game: Nvidia. This tech giant, known for its superior graphics processing units, or GPUs, has been capturing attention with its incredible financial feats and promises of groundbreaking innovations. With whispers of insane demand for its AI chips and bold predictions from industry leaders, Nvidia has positioned itself as a beacon of potential growth for investors. As it prepares to announce its latest earnings, all eyes are on how this powerhouse will shape the future of technology and investments. Welcome back, everyone, to Investocracy.
We are back. Most mega cap names lower following last week's earnings reports, with the exception of Nvidia, which has not reported yet. Those shares are rising on news the company will join the Dow this week. Here to share his view on the Mag 7 is the Dean of Valuation himself, Aswath Damodaran of NYU Stern School of Business. Welcome back. It's nice to see you again.
Thank you, Scott. As
a shareholder and an observer, and both are valuable to us, you've had a chance now to digest these. What's your takeaway?
I think that these companies have become really good at playing the earnings game. I mean, you look at them; they look at the expectations. They come in 2 to 3% above. At this point, you're wondering why even bother with the expectations. They're going to beat it by 2 or 3%. I think the real story, though, is deeper in the earnings reports, and I think you see it play out with, for instance, Microsoft. The recognition that AI's products and services, the potential is there, but the promise is not being delivered in terms of monetization. So I look across the companies, no blowouts in either direction, but I think in many ways, what you need to be looking for is a change in narrative, and it's not coming right now. It's pretty much the same narrative that's been running them all year long.
The emergence of artificial intelligence has sparked a new era in technology, and Nvidia has become a shining example of how to ride this wave of opportunity. Over the past few years, Nvidia's GPUs have proven indispensable in AI development, dramatically boosting the company's financial success. Remarkably, Nvidia's revenue increased to a record $30 billion last quarter, an outstanding feat considering it surpassed the level the company once achieved annually only a few years ago. With these achievements, Nvidia's stock price has surged by 2,600% in 5 years. But before we go any further, if you want to keep up with Nvidia's latest updates and keep up with the stock market's latest news, you can follow our Twitter account. We post multiple times daily about the biggest changes and catalysts in the market, so click the follow button if you don't want to miss the newest market updates.
If we talk about the influence of a Berkshire selling, then influencing how the stock trades as it relates to Apple, what does this mean for how the stock trades as it relates to NVIDIA?
I think it keeps its momentum. It's the relevance. It's taking Intel out and replacing with NVIDIA and basically saying, hey, this is a company that's going to be there for a long time. Now, you're not going to get that positive tailwind that if it came into an S&P, because there are not that many people that buy the Dow index, but the relevance of this to show that, hey, these products are going to be here for a while is really good for the stock.
In a world obsessed with speed and efficiency, NVIDIA's GPUs have become a vital component for AI innovators. Even tech juggernauts like Microsoft and Meta platforms rely heavily on NVIDIA's technology, underlining its critical role in driving AI advancements. Jokes about investors needing an extra cup of coffee to keep up with NVIDIA's rapid growth abound. After all, it seems like their stock just had too much caffeine. Wall Street analysts remain bullish on NVIDIA's future, with many updating their models in anticipation of NVIDIA's earnings announcement. Not to be outdone, analysts have gone so far as to call holding NVIDIA stock a once-in-a-lifetime opportunity, reminiscent of early investments in companies like Apple. Ben Reitzes of Melius Research echoes this sentiment, maintaining a buy rating with a target price hike, urging investors against selling NVIDIA. Unsurprisingly, NVIDIA's market performance has left its competitors scrambling to catch up. Despite potential headwinds such as supply chain hiccups or partner difficulties, demand for NVIDIA's latest Blackwell architecture has been unprecedented. This insane demand, as dubbed by NVIDIA CEO Jensen Huang, reinforces the company's foundational role in the AI revolution. But before going any further, if you made it this far into the video, thank you. These videos take a lot of effort and time to make, so if you enjoyed them, please hit the like button and subscribe to the channel. This goes a long way in helping us grow. That said, back to the video.
I asked you earlier about Berkshire selling Apple, so let me flip it and ask you about NVIDIA now and the inclusion in the Dow and how you're thinking about that based on what you've seen through the years.
Yeah, I mean, obviously, on some level, the inclusion of Intel previously and not having a play on Nvidia, which is 7% of the S&P 500, probably just made the Dow feel a little bit unrepresentative of the economy right now. Now, you could definitely make the case that it's just grabbing onto a high momentum play way after the fact, after its greatest gains. I was just looking at the Nvidia versus Apple equation in terms of, market cap neck and neck right now. Well, Nvidia has about a third of the revenue in the coming year and about half the net income. So you could obviously say it's a more expensive stock, but it's growing so much more quickly. So in the short term, first of all, there's no brand new reason to buy a stock because it's in the Dow. History says that's not at all a reason to buy. There's not a lot of money indexed to the Dow. It's much more about, the way that it's validating its current role in the new tech economy, which we sort of knew already. So again, I don't think it's a sell the news. Maybe it's a buy because of the capitulation on Intel. But at this point, it seems much more about the Dow trying to stay relevant.
As NVIDIA prepares to unveil its much-anticipated earnings report, investors and enthusiasts alike are eager to see if the company will once again beat expectations. With NVIDIA continuing to capture the spotlight in AI innovation, it's easy to see why it has become a darling of the stock market. Forecasts indicate growth on the horizon, and analysts remain optimistic about NVIDIA's potential to further climb in stock value. The predicted 82% revenue growth signifies strong investor confidence and a promising future. If you haven't already considered adding NVIDIA to your portfolio, now might be the time to reflect on its meteoric rise and sustained success. What are your thoughts on NVIDIA's position in the market? Do you foresee continued growth? Or is this a peak moment? The conversation around NVIDIA is vibrant and engaging, offering insights into both technological advancements and market opportunities. And finally, if you would like to know what companies like NVIDIA have been up to these past few days, go ahead and click on the next video on your screen.